everyone, I'm Lily and today I'm going to read a story. The title of this story is The Case of Vampire Vivian. There was a new girl in Molly's class, a weird new girl. She had things about that. She had bad stickers all over her notebook, and she wore a bad t-shirt. She even had bad earrings. It was creepy. The new girl had moved in right down the street from Molly. Her name was Vivian. Molly told her parents about Vivian after dinner. The other kid called her Vampire Vivian, she said. She's kind of scary. Molly's little sister, Lisa, dropped her dish towel. She's a vampire? She asked in a small voice. That's just what they called her, Molly said, because of the bats. Vampires aren't real, sweetie, her mom told Lisa. Lisa still looked scared. That night, Lisa jumped into Molly's bed. A bat had flown by her window. It's her, she gasped. It's Vampire Vivian. She's trying to get me. Molly could barely see the bat flying away in her darkness. Don't be silly, she said. Vivian isn't really a vampire. Then where did the bat come from? Lisa demanded. That's a good question, Mom said Molly. I've never seen a bat around here. The way to school, Mommy told her friend Louis and Frank about the bat. You don't know Vivian really could be a vampire, do you? Asked Louis. I guess we'll just have to find out, Molly said. And Molly got to class. She made a list. Then she looked it over. Vivian had no trouble going out in daylight. She was sitting right there at her desk. She was wide awake too. Molly showed her list to Louis and Frank. Vivian drinks milk, said Frank, and she had garlic mashed potatoes at lunch. But what about the bat, Molly saw? Asked Louis. How else do you explain it? That evening, Molly waited. Sure enough, a bat flew by the window again. In fact, 3 bats flew by. What are they doing out there? Lisa whispered from under her blanket. Just moving around, Molly said. Molly noticed more bats by the tree line. That wasn't the only thing. There was something else, something very small. Bug, she realized. The bats were chasing Bug. Why would vampires chase Bug? Asked Frank. And Molly told him what she'd seen. Maybe they're not very smart vampires, said Louis. But maybe they're just regular bats, Molly said. But why don't they show up right after Vivian moved in? Asked Frank. I wish I knew, said Molly. We better find out more about that. After school, they went to Frank's house to search the internet. There were a lot of bats there. I guess Vivian not the only person who has a thing about bats, Frank said. Molly wrote down all interesting facts they found. Frank printed a picture. Louis kept everyone supplied with cookies and milk. Molly watched the sky as she walked home. It wasn't dark enough for the bat to be out. The weird thing was she almost wanted to see them. Bats were nearly as scary as she thought. At lunch the next day, Louis took some library book about bats. Molly set out the notes too. Suddenly a shadow fell across the table. Molly looked up, then she poked Frank and Louis. They looked up too. It was Vampire Vivian. Hi, she said. I didn't know you guys were interested in bats too. Vivian was smiling. Somehow she seemed less weird. Molly stammered. We're trying to find out why there are suddenly all this bat flying around my house. I can explain, Vivian said. It's because of my bat house. Molly, Frank, and Ruth stared at her. You're what? Frank asked finally. My bat house, said Vivian. It's a little house my mom and I built to attract bats. You mean you invite bats to come live near you? Asked Louis. On purpose? Vivian laughed. Why don't you come over after school? And I'll show you. Molly nodded slowly. So did Frank and Louis. This was just too weird to pass up. I still don't get why people would want bats to live near them, said Louis on the way to Vivian's house. Because bats are so cool, Vivian said. Louis rolled his eye. I mean normal people, he muttered. Vivian laughed. Well, for one thing, bats have get rid of pests like mosquitoes. Somebody can eat 1,200 insects in 1 hour. Wow, said Molly. Vivian sure knew a lot about bats. The bat house was attached to the back of Vivian's house. Are there bats in there right now? Asked Frank. Vivian nodded. A colony of big brown bats moved in last week, he said. Vivian passed around binoculars so everyone could see the bats better. They're hanging upside down. You can just see their furry little heads. There sure are a lot of them, Frank said. Molly tried to count them, but the bats were squished too close together. It was hard to tell where one bat ended and another began. I wish I could see a big brown bat close up, she said. I have a great picture of one right here in my bat album, said Vivian. This is a great picture, Molly said. It made me want to see some real-life bats swimming around, said Louis. Me too, Frank said. Just stay until sunset, Vivian said. That's when the bats fly out of their house to hunt for food. Vivian's mom thought that was a great idea. Why don't you all stay for dinner too? She asked. She said. After dinner, they all watched as the bat came streaming out into the night sky. Even Louis had to admit that bats were pretty cool. A few days later, Vivian came to Molly's house for dinner. Vivian had been a really good sport about the whole vampire thing. I'm not worried about vampires anymore, Lisa told her. Not since I met this new boy. I'm pretty sure he's a werewolf. Vivian and Molly laughed. Forget bats and vampires. Little sister were the weird one. The end. Thank you for listening. Goodbye.